She said it softly, almost gently, like she was offering me comfort instead of destruction. The baby isn't yours, but you have to raise him. It'll be your blessing. We were sitting across from each other in the doctor's parking lot, the car engine still running, the ultrasound photo folded in her purse like a secret weapon. I remember the way her hands rested on her stomach, protective, certain, while mine hung uselessly at my sides. For a moment, the world narrowed to the sound of my own breathing and the weight of her words pressing down on my chest. I asked her to repeat it, not because I hadn't heard, but because I needed time to understand how someone could say something so cruel with such calm certainty. She sighed, annoyed, and explained it again, slower this time, like I was the one being unreasonable. She said mistakes happen. She said biology wasn't everything. She said some men never get the chance to be fathers, and I should feel grateful that I had been chosen. Chosen. Like this was an honor, not a sentence. We had been trying for years. Doctor visits, awkward conversations, nights where hope quietly packed its bags and left. When she finally told me she was pregnant, I cried in the kitchen while she laughed and hugged me. I believed that joy came from us, from patience and love finally paying off. Now I realized that while I was dreaming of names and futures, she was carrying a truth she never planned to share until she had to. I asked who the father was. She didn't answer right away. When she did, she used his first name like it meant nothing, like he was just a detail that didn't matter anymore. She said he didn't want the baby, that he had made that clear. She said that's why this was better, cleaner. I was stable. I was kind. I would be a good father. She spoke about my life like it was a solution to her problem. That night, I lay awake beside her, staring at the ceiling while she slept peacefully. My mind replayed every moment of the past year, every late night, every excuse, every distance I had ignored. I felt stupid for not seeing it, for trusting so completely. But underneath the anger was something heavier, something sadder. The idea of a child growing inside her, innocent, unaware of the storm waiting to greet him. In the days that followed, she acted like the conversation was over. She talked about baby furniture, about how my parents would react, about how lucky we were. When I tried to express my confusion, my pain, she dismissed it. She told me I was focusing on the wrong thing. "This baby could heal us," she said. "You'll see." It terrified me that she believed that she thought responsibility could replace honesty. I went to my brother's house one evening and told him everything. Saying it out loud made it real in a way it hadn't been before. He didn't interrupt. He didn't offer advice right away. He just listened, and when I finished, he asked one simple question. "What do you want?" I didn't have an answer. I only knew what everyone else seemed to expect from me. The pressure was subtle but constant. Her family talked about duty. Friends talked about stepping up. They praised me before I had agreed to anything, turning my potential sacrifice into a performance. No one asked how it felt to be betrayed, to have my future rewritten without my consent. When I tried to imagine holding the baby, my emotions tangled into something I couldn't name, a mix of tenderness and grief. One afternoon, I asked her what would happen if I said no. She looked genuinely shocked, like the idea had never crossed her mind. She accused me of being selfish, of punishing an innocent child for adult mistakes. She said if I walked away, I would regret it for the rest of my life. She never once said she was sorry. That silence told me more than any confession could have. I met with a counselor alone, sitting in a quiet room that smelled like tea and old books. For the first time, someone told me I was allowed to choose myself. That love doesn't begin with coercion. That raising a child should come from desire, not guilt. I cried harder in that room than I had anywhere else, mourning not just the marriage, but the man I thought I was supposed to be. The decision didn't come all at once. It came slowly, through long walks, sleepless nights, and moments of painful clarity. I realized that staying would mean living a lie every day, smiling through resentment, teaching a child about honesty while burying my own truth. I realized that blessing cannot be forced. It has to be chosen freely. When I told her I was leaving, she screamed. She cried. She told me I was abandoning her and the baby. I told her I was refusing to abandon myself. Those words felt foreign, but right. I packed my things quietly, my hands shaking, my heart breaking in a clean, honest way. Months later, I still think about that child sometimes. I hope he is loved. I hope he grows up surrounded by truth, not stories designed to trap someone into staying. I carry sadness with me, but also relief. She tried to turn betrayal into destiny, pain into purpose. She told me the baby would be my blessing. What she never understood was that a blessing doesn't come from being broken into obedience. Sometimes the real blessing is finding the strength to walk away, even when the world tells you that staying would make you a better man.